The moment she looked up, his hands started to shake. Not because of the rain. Not because of the broken engine. But because the smile she forced through exhaustion felt painfully familiar, like a song he once loved but hadn't heard since youth. Daniel Carter had learned to live on autopilot. At 42, his world revolved around alarm clocks, grocery lists, school drop-offs, and bedtime stories. Being a single dad meant every choice had weight. Every detour cost time. Every stranger was a risk. Still, he pulled over. Her car was old, the hood steaming, the engine clearly overheated. She apologized immediately, embarrassed to need help. Her voice, soft but steady, hit him harder than expected. He introduced himself, knelt by the engine, and did what years of fixing broken things had taught him to do: stay calm, focus, solve the problem. As he worked, she talked. About moving back to the city. About a new job interview that morning that hadn't gone well. About how life never turned out the way she planned. Daniel listened quietly, handing her a bottle of water, glancing at her only when he thought she wouldn't notice. Then she said his name. Daniel, that's funny. I used to know a Daniel once. He froze. She laughed nervously, brushing wet hair from her face. Sorry, that sounded weird. He stood slowly, heart pounding. The rain softened, as if the world itself was holding its breath. He finally met her eyes fully, and everything crashed back in an instant. Emily. His first love. The girl who taught him how to dream. The girl who left town one summer and never came back. She stared at him longer now. Her smile faded into disbelief. Oh my God, she whispered. Danny. No one had called him that in decades. Memories flooded in, late-night talks on the hood of his old truck. Promises whispered under stars, a goodbye neither of them understood at the time. He remembered the letter he never sent. The call that never came. They stood there in silence, rain dripping, two lives colliding after years of separate storms. He fixed her car enough to get her moving. He should have said goodbye. He should have gone back to his responsibilities, his routine, his carefully controlled world. Instead, he said, "Do you want coffee? Just to catch up." She hesitated. Then nodded. Because some stories refused to stay unfinished, she thought he would hate her. He thought she had forgotten him. Neither was prepared to learn how wrong they both were. They talked for hours. About everything they lost, and everything they survived. Emily told him why she left so suddenly. Her mother's illness, the fear of holding him back, the belief that love alone wasn't enough to save two broke kids with big dreams. Daniel told her about his marriage, the divorce, the night he became both mother and father to his children. There were tears. There was guilt. There was forgiveness. But there was also laughter, the same kind they once shared. The same connection that felt untouched by time. When Daniel introduced Emily to his children days later, he watched something inside him heal. She didn't try to replace anyone. She didn't rush. She simply showed up, helping with homework, listening to stories, becoming a calm presence in a loud, complicated home. The real challenge came when Emily was offered a job in another city. A better opportunity. A fresh start. The old fear returned. The same crossroads. The same question: do you choose love, or do you choose safety? This time, Daniel didn't run. This time, Emily didn't leave in silence. They talked. They planned. They compromised. Love, they realized, wasn't about grand gestures, it was about staying, even when staying was hard. On a quiet evening months later, Daniel stood in the same driveway where he once fixed her car, watching his kids laugh as Emily helped them wash it. He understood then that life hadn't been cruel. It had been patient. Some loves don't end, they wait. And sometimes, the road breaks your car not to stop you, but to bring you back to where your heart began.